How does a regular classroom teacher become a Grammy nominee in exactly 12 months? The rapid 2026 rise of Roberts hides a dark music industry secret that networks don't want you to see. How does an individual transition from a traditional classroom environment to the highest echelons of the global music industry within a single calendar year? The public narrative surrounding Roberts' unprecedented ascent in 2026 is often framed as a modern-day fairy tale. In exactly 12 months, he evolved from a relatively unknown educator into a globally recognized artist with a Grammy nomination. However, from an investigative journalistic perspective, analyzing this transition requires looking beyond the celebratory headlines and examining the structural mechanics of the entertainment industry. The reality television platform provides immediate, massive visibility, but translating that ephemeral television fame into a recognized industry accolade like a Grammy requires a heavily capitalized, highly orchestrated corporate strategy. When the broadcast concludes, the true commercial enterprise begins. Roberts was immediately integrated into an aggressive, multi-tiered promotional infrastructure designed to capitalize on his television momentum before the audience's attention could shift. Financial analysts point out that this level of rapid acceleration is not organic. It is the result of immense corporate investment. The recording label and the broadcasting network possess a mutual vested interest in their newly crowned champion achieves quantifiable mainstream success. Therefore, what the general public perceives as a miraculous, talent-driven rise is, in reality, a meticulously executed business plan. This initial phase of his career serves as a masterclass in corporate synergy, demonstrating how massive entertainment conglomerates can effectively manufacture a top-tier pop star when millions of dollars in promotional capital are deployed to guarantee a return on their initial television investment. The rapid commercial success of a newly crowned television champion often obscures the complex, highly restrictive financial agreements operating behind the scenes. To fully understand the operational reality of Roberts' 2026 trajectory, one must examine the standard contractual obligations that accompany a major reality television victory. Industry standard practice dictates that these winners are immediately bound by comprehensive agreements, frequently structured as 360-degree deals. This means the corporate entity that facilitated his initial exposure now claims a significant percentage of his revenue across all platforms, including digital streaming, physical sales, merchandise, and live performance ticketing. Consequently, Roberts has effectively transitioned from an independent individual into a high-value corporate asset. The pressure to rapidly recoup the label's massive financial advance creates a high-stakes, uncompromising professional environment. Every public appearance, brand partnership, and social media interaction is carefully curated by management teams to maximize market penetration. There is virtually no margin for error. If a single promotional single fails to meet algorithmic projections, the entire multi-million-dollar marketing apparatus must be recalibrated. This structural reality paints a stark contrast to the glamorous lifestyle commonly associated with pop stardom. The artist operates under intense, relentless scrutiny from executive boards who view his musical output primarily as a quarterly revenue stream. For Roberts, the transition from teaching to international touring meant exchanging a standard profession for a high-pressure corporate environment where his public persona is the primary product being aggressively monetized. When a breakout artist secures a major award nomination so quickly, who actually determines the musical direction that guarantees that level of commercial viability? A critical component of Roberts' rapid ascent to the Grammy nominations involves a significant shift in his artistic identity. During his time on the television broadcast, Roberts was celebrated for his raw, authentic, and soulful vocal performances. However, industry critics and market analysts have noted a stark departure in the production style of his debut studio recordings. To ensure immediate radio airplay and algorithmic dominance, recording labels frequently pair newly signed reality stars with established, high-profile producers and songwriters. The objective is to engineer a commercially viable product that aligns with current mainstream pop trends, often at the expense of the artist's original sound. This strategy is designed to minimize financial risk. The label relies on proven formulas rather than experimenting with the artist's personal creative vision. Consequently, the Grammy-nominated track that propelled Roberts to the forefront of the industry sounds highly polished and distinctly manufactured. This raises a compelling question regarding artistic agency in the modern music business. While the nomination objectively validates the commercial success of the project, it also highlights the compromises required to achieve such rapid mainstream acceptance. Roberts is delivering vocal performances on tracks meticulously constructed by a corporate committee, illustrating how the major label ecosystem frequently prioritizes algorithmic optimization and broad market appeal over localized, organic artistic expression. The reality of a major label promotional schedule is a grueling test of endurance that frequently pushes newly signed performers to their absolute physical limits. The logistical reality of transforming a former educator into a globally recognized pop star within a single year demands an incredibly punishing itinerary. Investigative reports into the standard promotional cycles of major label priority artists reveal a relentless schedule designed to maximize media saturation. For Roberts, this has translated into a rigorous daily routine of early morning television broadcasts, extensive radio interviews, cross-country flights, and late-night recording sessions. This level of constant exposure is necessary to sustain the momentum generated by his television victory, but it exacts a significant occupational toll. Entertainment industry health professionals have frequently cited the severe physical and psychological strain associated with these accelerated rollout campaigns. The artist is essentially required to perform continuously, functioning as a tireless ambassador for their own brand while managing extreme sleep deprivation and the pressures of sudden, intense public scrutiny. While public relations teams carefully manage the outward appearance of effortless success, the reality is a highly demanding, exhausting professional existence. Maintaining peak visibility requires the artist to subordinate their personal well-being to the demands of the corporate schedule. This demanding pace highlights the hidden costs of manufactured celebrity, demonstrating that the rapid acquisition of fame frequently requires artists to endure working conditions that test the absolute limits of their physical and mental endurance to satisfy corporate objectives. Is an accelerated Grammy nomination strictly a measure of musical excellence, or does it reflect the synergistic marketing power of massive entertainment conglomerates? To comprehensively analyze Roberts' Grammy nomination, it is necessary to examine the intersection of television broadcasting and the music industry's award infrastructure. A nomination secured within months of a reality television victory is a statistically rare occurrence, prompting industry analysts to look closely at the promotional mechanics involved. The television network that launched Roberts has a distinct, vested interest in his continued success. Validating their champion on the Grammy stage simultaneously validates the cultural relevance of their television. Consequently, massive entertainment conglomerates frequently deploy extensive, heavily capitalized for your consideration campaigns to ensure their priority artists remain visible to voting committees. This involves strategic advertising in industry trade publications, exclusive showcasing events, and targeted digital marketing efforts. The narrative of the teacher-turned-superstar is highly marketable, providing a compelling human interest angle that resonates with both the general public and industry professionals. Therefore, while Roberts undeniably possesses significant vocal talent, his rapid elevation within the industry hierarchy is heavily subsidized by an unprecedented level of corporate synergy. The nomination is not merely an of a single musical recording. It is the successful culmination of a massive, coordinated media strategy designed to leverage a compelling biographical narrative into quantifiable industry prestige and long-term commercial viability. As we analyze this unprecedented year of success, we must evaluate whether the traditional definition of winning accurately reflects the reality of the modern artist. The career trajectory of Roberts from a classroom educator to a 2026 Grammy nominee serves as a definitive case study in modern entertainment economics. He has achieved a level of visibility and commercial success that statistically eludes the vast majority of aspiring musicians. However, our investigative review of the underlying business mechanics reveals a highly complex narrative that challenges the conventional understanding of a music industry victory. The transition required total integration into a corporate apparatus that demands absolute compliance, relentless physical exertion, and the frequent subordination of personal artistic vision to algorithmic market trends. The title of champion and the prestige of a Grammy nomination are accompanied by the restrictive realities of a 360-degree contract, where the artist functions primarily as a highly managed corporate asset. As the music industry continues to evolve, this model raises critical questions regarding the true value of rapid, manufactured fame. For future competitors navigating this landscape, the story of Roberts presents a profound dichotomy: the achievement of ultimate mainstream validation versus the potential forfeiture of creative and operational autonomy. The entertainment industry will continue to celebrate these accelerated success stories as testaments to the power of their platforms, but the objective data suggests that the true cost of wearing the crown involves sacrifices that are rarely broadcast to the public.